As Greg guided our team closer to the dragon's lair, he shared a warning. An experienced adventure guide who gives tours out of a wood-paneled 2-decker houseboat called the Kubu Queen. Greg knows the Okavango Delta panhandle well, and he knows crocodiles. He couldn't guarantee we would survive the dive. Crocodiles are among the few predators that consider human beings prey, and they have the strongest bite of any animal. Lying in wait at the water's edge, this ambushed predator will attack and eat almost anything that comes into the water, and every animal must come to drink eventually. Humans are the perfect prey for these crocodiles, Greg pointed out. We're the perfect size. As our boat motored slowly along the curving stretch of water, Didier skimmed the surface with a mini high-definition camera on a long pole that resembled a pool cleaner. After a few moments of filming, Didier called us close to view a playback of his footage. "I've never seen this before," he said, half-joking. "Maybe he was ambushing us." I looked over the side of the boat to track what he had captured on film, and there was a crocodile some 14 feet long. He was extraordinary, an ancient and graceful dragon, more than twice as long as a man. Though the crocodile was swimming close to the boat, there was nothing aggressive about his behavior, and we began to prepare ourselves for the dive to get a closer look. Before anyone broke the surface of the water, we checked for hippos. Despite its rotund appearance, the hippo is the most dangerous animal in the delta. These massive beasts, weighing up to 4 tons, with teeth a foot long, can move rapidly underwater, running along the bottom of a riverbed. A hippo can even lift and capsize a boat. We had met people who had witnessed hippo attacks, in which someone had been maimed or killed. If a hippo was near, we would have to get out of the water immediately. Roger and Didier slipped in, followed by Damon. They moved quickly and quietly as possible to avoid alerting the croc with a big splash. The surface is the riskiest place in the water. It's where the crocodiles prefer to attack their prey and wrestle it down to the depths. So the divers had to immediately descend and stay at the river bottom, then come straight back up into the boat without lingering at the surface. I stayed above to film as the 3 descended to where the crocodile was now resting on the sun-dappled sediment floor. They avoided moving backward as a prey animal would. Instead, they kept still or moved towards the croc, a tactic to confuse the animal. I started preparing my gear to follow them into the water. I was younger then, more foolish and willing to take risks, but still I was scared. These animals are territorial. A member of a photographic expedition that traveled to this same place not long after our expedition had his arm torn off by a crocodile and nearly died. Still, despite the risks, I felt the pull to be closer, to feel this animal's wildness, to understand. Of course, we'd taken precautions. For most of the year, even the most daring diver would not attempt to swim the waters of the Okavango Delta. Visibility is too low, leaving you with little way of knowing if a crocodile is approaching. But we'd planned our trip in June, when the surge flows peak. The water flows strongly and steadily, clearing the sediment, and there's usually a 2 to 4 week window of clear water. Waiting on standby in the boat was a trained medic with a fully stocked trauma kit, including oxygen cylinders. When the dive team slipped beneath the surface, the medic went on high alert. We had briefly considered taking some kind of weapon with us, but decided it would be unfair to invade an animal's environment and then try to kill it if it attacked. Also, if a crocodile was going to attack us, we probably wouldn't even see it coming. This is such a large and powerful predator. There was no weapon that was going to help us. After Roger